25 years ago today, the Berman Museum opened its doors to the community. Let's hear from some of our community members about why Berman Museum is such an asset to Anniston and the surrounding areas.
I really love the museum because they have so many activities and stuff like that, so we always come all the time, especially with two museums.
And I love the museum a lot.
Makes me want to go to the next floor.
Learning about history and doing fun things at the museum, then they're more interested in it. And it's amazing what kids can learn from being here.
The Berman collection is far more than weapons. Many of the weapons are works of art. So I've been thrilled at the success of having this thing come together and be what I consider one of the two wow factors for the city of Anniston. The other one is the adjoining Museum of Natural History. If we have a wow factor in Anniston, it's these two museums.
We just want to get bigger, better, and have more people coming.
And see what an incredible collection that we have here.
To see it is to love it, and to see it is to tell your friends.
Ground, and it's just been a wonderful thing for the community. And proud moment for Anniston and this whole complex out here with the Natural History Museum and now the gardens. But one thing that has not faltered are these museums and our cultural background. This is our history. This more likely mirrors what Anniston was formed to be when it was formed, and become aware of what you have. You don't have to go to Birmingham or Atlanta. You just don't. It's right here.
I think it's one of those most valuable assets to the city. But I've actually had a chance to go in and look at some of the old military relics, so that's near and dear to me, being a 21-year veteran. Just coming in and see some of these things just reminds you of where you come from, how much the Army has evolved.
Yes.
So it's a lot of different things here. So there's a lot of I Spy things here, so a lot of espionage type things, and so it's very interesting.
Because these are truly world-class museums. I think people driving down the interstate, if they knew the extent of the weapons collection that was here, I think that would pull them off and really increase the new visitors to the facility. I think this is one of the finest elements within the city of Anniston. And if people are not aware what's here, and with the museum next door, they should make a point to visit as soon as possible. Because I think if you come once, you'll come again, and I think you'll tell others about it.
And Anniston is, in this part of Alabama, was blessed by their presence and the gift that they left to the people. This is really about a 3,500-year slice of American history right here in Anniston. This is not a gun museum. It has a wonderful weapons collection, but it is about so much more than guns. If people haven't been here, they should come here.
Absolutely.
And just visit and take it in. And of course, the Pearl Harbor exhibit is a wonderful exhibit. And when you have letters from people like Francis Roberts there, the last letter he wrote home, which was dated Friday, December 5th, 1941. And where else are you going to find things like that?
How fortunate Anniston is to have had a Farley Berman and a John B. Lagarde. It's an extraordinary thing for a town of this size to have something like this. It's not a museum that's going to go out of style. It should always have interest for people, always. It certainly is unusual. How many museums like this are there in America? Not very many. And how fortunate we are in Anniston.
Absolutely.
To have something this rare.
In here, and the museums that we have, the Berman, the natural history, just such a treasure. I mean, you can't find that anywhere else. In a town like this, in a setting like this, it's such a great educational opportunity. I mean, it's a living history class here at the Berman, and it's such a treasure. You need to come check it out if you get a chance. Museum Drive, it's where you can find all the great museum things in Anniston.
It's truly a museum of world history. It shows you
It shows you a cultural diversity, which would not otherwise be even imagined, let alone understood or appreciated.
It lets you travel without ever leaving Anniston.
As you can see, there is something for everyone at the Berman Museum. Families, children, art lovers, military enthusiasts, the list goes on. Whether you've never seen the collection or it's been a while since you've been here, now is the perfect time to visit and experience what makes the Berman Museum such a treasure for our community. We encourage you to explore your world at Anniston Museums and Gardens. Thank you for 25 great years.